Hello, you divine infinite human beings. You are all that is, ever has been, ever shall be. You are divine infinite love. You are divine infinite truth. You are divine infinite source. And I'm here in Scopello with Kiki, of course. And I want to talk to you about something I started to talk about yesterday as I was walking over the cliffs of Sicily. And the wind was blowing too strongly. Grazie tanta.
Zucchero vuoi di canna o normale?
Sì, questa, grazie.
Uno?
Sì, grazie. My cappuccino. So here I am in my daily place here in Scopello. Well, not my daily, my weekly. And the discussion I was starting, oh hi, I'm so glad you're here. I'm opening this up, I wanted to do it on Facebook so that people could comment. But I wanted to talk about the woman wound. And I started talking about yesterday as I was walking along the cliffs, but the wind was too strong, so I had to delete it. So if anyone has any comments, please jump in. But I think it's something that we really need to address, is all this stuff is just coming out. As I said before, the gates of hell in Rome have been opened. So we're kind of opening up everything to just let it all out. And I'm finding, as a woman, coming out and learning to speak my truth, that it's a little difficult, and I'm met with a lot of resistance, animosity, misogyny, whatever you want to say, because it's just something that women are not supposed to do, almost like children, to be seen or not heard, to be arm candy, to be pretty, to be, happy, go lucky, or whatever, pretty. Right, Kiki agrees too. She doesn't like that. Or, to be totally silent, to be child bearers, to procreate the progeny of the males on the planet. And like I said, for many years, we couldn't own property, we were property. So I write about this all in my book, The Infinite Human, but it's really, really key right now, because the truth is, it's the divine feminine energy that is going to heal our planet, and it needs to be freed. It needs to be freed, and we need to embody it, and we both have it, masculine and feminine. Okay, so it's been a non-win-win for both sides. Okay, so this is not a male bashing at all video, because it's not about hating men, or because it's been a divide and conquer. It's been to keep us apart. It's been to keep us from finding our twin souls and doing our soul missions. And yeah. So, exactly. So, removing the female parts, removing the womb, so symbolic, so powerful. All right. So, thanks for that. Thanks for sharing. So, this is a misogynist planet. And if you don't know what misogyny means, it means women hating. Okay. There's been ciao Lice, grazie. And in fact, that was a gal who I worked with and she's Italian. She teaches yoga here, and I asked her to be part of the interview, and she said no, she was too scared. So there's a huge fear, and you know what? It's okay. There's no wonder there's a huge fear, because here in Italy, okay, probably in this very spot, a few hundred years ago, women who spoke out, who were sexual, God forbid, or who were outspoken, or who were intuitive, were considered witches and were burnt alive, or drowned. And if they drowned, they were good. I mean, it was a no win-win situation on this planet for women for a long, long time, okay? And I think we all need to just realize that, because we all have lived many, many, many lifetimes, okay? And this is something that needs to be healed. And as I said yesterday, my spiritual teachers were twin souls. One was black, female, one was white, male. And Patrick, the male, white, was an sergeant in the military. So very unlikely. And he used to always say, she's the boss, talking to his wife, she's the boss. And he used to say, guys, he called everyone guys, it's the men who got us into this mess. It's you women who are going to get us out of it. So it's the women, or the female aspect of the men, the divine feminine, that is going to heal, love, nurture, and heal us back into alignment with God source, divine infinite God source. And that's our job. And it's scary. It's scary. I tell you, the temperature I take of women today, probably I don't even know if women will listen to this because it's so frightening, because there's a lot of ancestral memories there of women being, I mean, just a few years ago it was perfectly legal for a husband to rape, beat, even murder his wife, and if he didn't, and he would have complete ownership of the children. So women were you know, in a totally not powerless situation. We've had absolutely no power. Right in the Pathway Home, I mean in the Infinite Human, that the only time in history I've ever seen women mentioned predominantly in history was a museum I visited in Prague, and it was a museum for instruments of torture. So you think about it. I mean, how many, even the women we know had to become men, you know, like you think of Queen Elizabeth, the Virgin Queen and all that. The true wound of the woman and the whole planet, because it's a no-win situation for both sides when the female is downtrodden, is the removal of the mother God aspect. We've always, without even thinking, and women do it all the time, they talk about, you know, God the Father, he here in Italy, Louis, il grande signore. I'm like, the grande signore, what? It's a man? You know, an old man with a beard. I mean, and then the female aspect has been usurped by a virgin mother of Jesus. You know, I mean, that's so far off. There's divine feminine mother, God mother, and there's a God father, two aspects to the infinite. And we were at one time one, masculine and feminine, and we were split apart because we were so powerful. So when you bring this union back, and it's called heterogamous union, is the first step towards ascension, and it is really important. And I'm saying this now because a lot of twin souls are finding each other. Yes, you too, you are finding your twin soul. What came first? The man, the woman, and the man. All men start out as women, so we must actually. In my book, I cite Plato, and the truth is, there's a whole myth and a breadcrumb trail. I say myths are breadcrumb trails, and the myth is we were both sexes at one time, and we didn't honor the gods properly. So they became jealous of us because we were so complete, and they split us in two and cast each part to the farthest reaches of the earth, and we spent all these eons trying to find each other. And we're coming together now because in wholeness, in holiness, and with very sacred missions, spiritual missions, to help in what I call the Christos mission, or to help humanity and the planet ascend. So your relationship with your other half is so vital, and I know you found yours. Rez, whatever your pseudo name is today. I know you found yours. I've seen you guys, so that's good. That's a good thing. And you know, it's a long story. It's all in my book about, you know, how it's not easy. It's not the fairy tale you think all the time, because you have to heal each other, and that's just part of the process. Okay, so. And I want to just say one last thing, because I was watching it the other night. I never watched this movie because I thought it was a porno, but the truth is it's the farthest from that. But I was watching the 50 Shades of Grey or something. I love that series, and I'll tell you why. I mean, yeah, they have their clothes off in some of it, so what? But it's about twin souls finding each other and healing each other. And I know they're twin souls because the truth is they wouldn't have stuck it out if they weren't. Twin souls are cosmically bound to one another, just like Peter, my twin soul, and I were. We fought every day. I couldn't leave. I wanted to leave him, but I couldn't leave him. And that's part of your healing process, okay? You're healing the wounded male, and the male is healing the wounded female. And it's a beautiful, beautiful dance, but of course sometimes it can be very traumatic. But you know, that whole story is about that, because that woman, you know, the Anna, the main character, you know, actually sacrificed herself because he was he was a Satanist who hated women because of the pain he had, a mother wound, which is understandable. He had a horrible beginning. Anyway, good story, because she helped him heal this. And a lot of men have this wound, this hatred, this fear, this deep-seated fear. In Italy, we call it mamismo, and it's actually a very common reason for divorce here. So it's a huge topic. I'm going to be talking about it a lot. If I can find any Italians, I'll talk about it too with them. But, you know. Oh, Kiki wants to say something. Do you want to say something about mamismo? She thinks it's all so silly. We should just play, and love